Terror birds ruled Earth, crushing prey with beak and claw. These apex predators, known as terror birds, used their powerful claws and strong beaks to pin down prey, delivering devastating blows before feeding. These terror birds, called Phorusrhacids, were apex predators for millions of years after the dinosaurs disappeared. They were built like tanks, with massive skulls bristling with sharp teeth and powerful legs designed for swift pursuit. The largest one stood 10 feet tall at the shoulder and weighed over 1,000 pounds. But what's most terrifying is how they hunted. Their powerful jaws could open wide to deliver devastating bites that crushed their prey's bones. Now, here's the deal. These birds weren't just big. They had brains proportionally larger than those of most modern birds. This means they were capable of complex behaviors such as hunting in coordinated groups, similar to wolves or lions. Their combination of size, strength, and intelligence made them formidable apex predators, ruling their ecosystems with unmatched efficiency. Think about this. You're walking through a prehistoric South American forest when suddenly, a 10-foot-tall terror bird appears before you. Its body is as big as a small car, and it's staring right at you with eyes that show unmistakable intelligence. Can you imagine how terrifying that must have been during the Miocene epoch? And then, get this, their feathers weren't like the ones we see on modern birds. Some species sported iridescent plumage, or had armor-like scales intermixed with their feathers. Imagine a bird as large as an elephant covered in shimmering, formidable feathered plumage. These terror birds didn't just dominate South America. They also expanded to North America, where they thrived for millions of years. Some species persisted until as recently as about 2 million years ago, before eventually succumbing to competition and environmental changes rather than direct human influence. Now here's another mind-blowing fact. These birds weren't just killing animals. Evidence suggests they might have been hunting early human ancestors like Paranthropus and Australopithecus, who lived alongside them for thousands of years in the Pleistocene epoch. Think about it. You're a small, hairless primate facing off against a bird as big as a horse with teeth the size of your fingers. It's almost unthinkable. So, how did these birds become so dominant? Well, after the non-avian dinosaurs died out around 66 million years ago, there was an open ecological space for something to step in and take over. Terror birds filled that role perfectly. They evolved rapidly to fill this niche, becoming larger, more agile, and smarter with each generation, eventually ruling the Cenozoic landscape. And then, here's the twist. They didn't just compete with other predators, they actively dominated their ecosystems. Smaller carnivores like saber-toothed cats and bears struggled against these massive, intelligent birds. The terror birds had no natural enemies because nothing else was big or smart enough to challenge them. It's like a nightmare scenario where everything that goes bump in the night is run by giant, feathered beasts. Now, here's something really surprising. Some of the terror bird species were incredibly diverse and specialized. There were flightless runners who could chase down prey over great distances, while others had shorter legs but massive wingspans to catch fish from rivers. Some had long, sharp beaks designed for ripping flesh, while others had strong, blunt beaks perfect for crushing bones. Imagine walking along a riverbank when suddenly, you see the sky darken as one of these giant birds swoops down and snatches a large fish out of the water with its massive claws. It's like something from an ancient horror movie, but it really happened in our world just a few million years ago during the Pleistocene era. Now, here's a question for you. How would you survive if terror birds were still around today? You need to be incredibly resourceful and quick-thinking, just to avoid becoming prey. But the real shocker is that humans did manage to coexist alongside them, even thriving and eventually outliving these massive predators. Terror birds, like their dinosaur ancestors, ruled South America during the Cenozoic era until around 2 million years ago, long after the non-avian dinosaurs had gone extinct. So, what finally drove these terrifying creatures to extinction? Well, it wasn't any single factor, but a combination of things like climate change and habitat loss. The arrival of early humans with advanced hunting technologies marked the beginning of their decline. Yet, they persisted for thousands of years longer than we might expect, only gradually succumbing to human competition and environmental pressures. And here's another crazy thing. Some terror birds were so well adapted to their environment that they became apex predators in South America long after non-avian dinosaurs had vanished from other parts of the world. How did they survive and thrive? Well, it seems South America was a sanctuary where evolution took some surprising turns. The continent remained isolated for millions of years, allowing unique species like the terror birds to flourish without competition from other large carnivores. So here's your takeaway. These terrifying giants didn't just exist in our past, they shaped it. They were not only apex predators, but also major drivers of evolutionary change. Their dominance reshaped ecosystems and pushed other animals to adapt or face extinction. And their legacy lives on in the incredible diversity of modern bird species we see today. Think about this for a moment. You're walking through an ancient forest, and suddenly, a terror bird swoops down with its powerful wings and talons. Imagine that fear and awe. It's something that would stick with you forever. These birds were more than just predators. They were architects of the natural world around them, shaping ecosystems through their presence and influence. So here's the big question. Why did we lose these creatures? Why didn't the terror birds continue to evolve alongside us, becoming even bigger and smarter over time? The truth is, their extinction was a complex interplay between environmental changes and human influence. But regardless of how it happened, losing them changed our world in profound ways. So, think about that next time you look up at the sky or see an eagle soaring high above, a reminder of what once was but will never be again. These terror birds ruled their land for millions of years, leaving a legacy that still shapes how we understand evolution and ecology today. Think about this claw pinning prey down while it was still alive. Think about those massive skulls filled with razor-sharp teeth. And think about the awe and fear these creatures must have inspired in everything around them during their reign as apex predators millions of years ago. That's the true story of the terror birds, a testament to nature's power, ingenuity, and ultimately, its fragility. Think about that claw. Think about being pinned. Imagine a world where terror birds like Phorusrhacid were still reigning supreme millions of years ago. Their sheer size would make our wildest nightmares come true. Picture a road sign warning drivers in the distant past. Watch out for Phorusrhacid, 500 pounds and 10 feet tall. That's more than twice the height of an NBA player, folks. These birds weren't just big, they were built like tanks. Their legs had powerful muscles capable of delivering devastating kicks, potentially able to shatter a small mammal's bones or crush a skull. Imagine standing in the presence of such a formidable creature. Its sheer size and lethal capabilities, an intimidating reminder of nature's diversity and power. Their wings, although reduced in size compared to their bodies, weren't entirely useless. They evolved into strong, wing-like limbs used for balance and stability during high-speed pursuits and ambushes. Imagine those robust forelimbs gripping prey, while the razor-sharp beak went straight for the neck. Nothing would stand a chance against such formidable hunters. The terror birds had an exceptional sense of smell, superior to most predators today. They could detect prey from great distances, making it extremely difficult for potential victims to escape unnoticed. Their nostrils were located high on their skulls, giving them a distinctive, almost human-like facial appearance with a menacing grin that spoke of predatory prowess and deadly intent. Their eyesight was truly remarkable. Terror birds had enormous eye sockets filled with light-sensitive cells that allowed them to see exceptionally well in low-light conditions. They could spot movement from incredibly long distances and track it relentlessly until they closed in for the kill. This made them not just apex predators, but also unparalleled hunters, always one step ahead of their prey. Now, imagine if these creatures still roamed our planet today. How would we live? Cities with walls high enough to keep them at bay, or perhaps underground bunkers, where people could seek refuge from their formidable presence. The fear and awe they inspire would be beyond anything we've ever experienced. Think about the ecosystems that thrived under the rule of terror birds. Smaller animals had to evolve sophisticated survival strategies. Some developed thick hides to withstand attacks, while others became incredibly fast runners, relying on speed to evade capture. Plants adapted too, with thorns and toxins becoming commonplace in a world where being easy prey was fatal. And let's not forget the impact on human culture. We'd have entire mythologies built around these creatures. Stories of heroes who dared to challenge the terror birds and legends that warned future generations about their might. Imagine art and literature focused entirely on depicting and understanding these formidable avian predators. So, next time you see an eagle soaring overhead or a vulture scavenging on a carcass, remember what could have been if evolution had taken a different path. Think about the terror bird, such as Phorusrhacid, clamping its massive beak down on prey with bone-crushing force. That's the true legacy of nature's power and its ultimate fragility. Imagine walking through a forest where every tree is lined with sharp thorns, each one an evolutionary response to the threat posed by terror birds like Titani's wallery in prehistoric North America. The ground beneath your feet would be littered with bones, remnants of animals that didn't survive the relentless hunt of these apex predators. In such a world, human settlements would be fortresses, protected by high walls and armed guards. Every child would grow up learning to recognize signs of nearby terror birds like Phorusrhacid, tracks in the dirt or feathers on the wind, and how to avoid them at all costs. Hunting these beasts wouldn't just be an act of bravery. It would be a necessity for survival, as these formidable creatures dominated the landscape much like apex predators do today. The economy, too, would revolve around strategies to outsmart and deter terror birds. Markets would sell traps and weapons designed specifically to fend off their attacks. Farmers would develop crops that could withstand the intense foraging pressures from these apex predators, leading to innovations in agriculture that we might never have seen otherwise. In this alternate history, our understanding of biology and ecology would be fundamentally different. We'd know every detail about terror birds, their behavior, their diets, their anatomy, intimately because our lives depended on it. Schools wouldn't just teach about them, they'd teach how to outmaneuver them. Imagine the thrill of learning about a creature so fearsome that you had to study its weaknesses just to stay alive. And then there's the psychological impact. The constant fear and threat would have shaped entire cultures, creating rituals and traditions centered around protecting oneself from these apex predators. Festivals might celebrate victories over terror birds, but they'd also serve as grim reminders of their omnipresent danger. So when you look up at the sky today and see nothing more threatening than a harmless hawk, consider how different our world could have been if terror birds had ruled the earth for millions of years longer. Terror birds stalked the landscape, their formidable presence a constant threat to any creature in their path.